Okay, thanks guys for showing up. We understand your time is very valuable. We have a few questions we would like to ask you, get your opinions on a few topics. Just to show you how much we care about you, we're offering you free meal at the pub after this event. Okay. Alcoholic or non-alcoholic beverages open to you. Guys, so I'm Akshay, that's Rahul. We just want to ask you a few questions on why are you here doing your MBA, what motivated you, what are the kind of decisions that you have to take, and what are you looking for from an MBA. So Rahul, could you just start us off by some general questions?
Yeah, so we'll start off with some general questions, and I would like each one of you to answer each question at a time. So we'll start from Yukant and we'll just go this way. So first question is like, why did you come to the business school?
Well, when I completed my undergrad, I went into a job. I saw that was the perfect opportunity for me to grow. But after working 4 years in the company, I thought I was basically limited to specific industry. So I want to get out of that scenario. I wanted to have some business knowledge so that I can move to different industries where I can apply management tools, and I see that basically as the growth path for me.
Okay, Richard.
Kind of the same thing. My undergraduate degree was in a subject that I didn't. I switched industries a couple of years after graduating. So in the industry that I had began working in, I didn't really have the business sales background that I needed. So that was basically a necessity.
Actually, in my plan since 7 or 8 years ago, I know before I finished my undergrad in business administration, but in that time in Thailand, so I want to do more global or international. So MBA in USA is my plan in that time. But I know how to get MBA is not for a person that no experience at all. But I become myself very well after I finished my undergrad. I have 4 years experience before get MBA. So I think that's a long-term plan.
I was hoping to make a career transition and get back into the U.S. after being out of country for about 5 years. So I thought this would be a good way to get some new skills and come back into country.
Great.
I'm working at West Japan Railway Company right now, and actually we are operating only in Japan. We're a domestic company, but we're not trying to export our railway business to other countries. So I believe this kind of experience is really what will help me in the future. That's why I came here.
Okay. Thanks for your responses. Next question is like, how many years of work experience do you have?
Prior to coming to Federal, I had 4 years of work experience. Apart from that, I did some work of my own. Basically, I was doing part-time entrepreneurial job, so having websites of my own.
So in total you would say?
It's hard to say that, but in general, 4 years after my undergrad.
I would say I graduated from college in 2005, and I began at Thunderbird in 2012. I guess I have about 6.5 years. 1.5 of those years I was working as a volunteer. So I guess I would say 5 years or so.
Great.
Okay, I have 4 year experience after my undergrad. Most of them is in consulting field. And in the same time that I prepare myself to go school, like GMAT or TOEFL for international students, I start my own business about import-export company.
7 years.
Okay.
12 years.
12. Okay.
And we have open.
Yeah. The third question is, how many MBA schools did you apply to?
What schools did you consider? What were some of the factors that you guys considered when you decided?
If I remember correctly, I applied for 7 schools, 7 including Federal. And obviously the main criteria was the school rankings. After having discussion with a lot of mentors and my seniors, what school should I apply, what well suited my personality. And GMAT score as well. So Thunderbird was one of them, then UCLA, and then Cornell, Carnegie Mellon. These are some of the schools that I remember. That's all.
I applied to Thunderbird and University of San Diego. Pretty much know where to stay in this area for now. My father went to Thunderbird, so that was a big part of why I chose to apply here, as well as I've been working internationally for 6 years, so it makes sense. Didn't go with USD primarily because of the size of the program. It was there was like 14 people in their last international MBA class. So yeah.
Okay, I applied 5 schools in the US, 2 schools in UK. In the US, 2 top 20 schools, 2 top 40 schools, and here. The reason why I choose the school, I'm looking for the program that I think is fit for me. Mostly, I look for the program that study about elective course more than fundamental because my undergrad is already business administration.
Thank you.
I spent a long time applying to INSEAD, and my uncle had recommended I apply to INSEAD and Thunderbird. I only was interested in INSEAD originally. Went through the whole process, and at the very end I was rejected. So I was like, oh no, wait a second, I still want to get an MBA. So I applied to Thunderbird. It was a quick application, quick process, and that's how I got here.
Thanks.
I applied to schools, including Thunderbird. The other is Birmingham, they're UK. And I was actually debating a lot, but actually our company has one more alumnus, and he really recommended this school, so that's one of the reasons why I came here.
Good. Thank you very much.
Yeah, so I mean that was a little general. So like we're gonna ask you a little bit more specific. If you can give us some more details into some of the key decision-making criteria that you are. So if I were to generally ask you, all of you, and obviously individually as well, which of the following categories do you think? Which category below do you believe is the value of your MBA? What gives you your value? First category would be, let's say, competency. Like you can't mention, he's coming here to fulfill some of the gaps maybe in his knowledge. Second would be, a lot of people believe that it's a status symbol. That I have an MBA, started B school. So that's another reason why some people actually do an MBA. Third is networking. If I ask you, some people want to just get to know other people in certain industries or make connections, and obviously networking. That's what we do here at Thunderbird as well. So if I can just go around, just figure out something specific about. You could have multiple reasons as well. So which priority would it be? What's your first priority? And probably give us some more details.
As you mentioned, all of these 3 factors came into play when deciding on the MBA program. But the priority that I will choose first is the skill, the gap that I want to fulfill, and second would be the networking opportunity, and lastly would be the recognition or the brand. What do you say? Status symbol.
For me, I believe that the same. The first one was the competencies, since I had my undergraduate studies were philosophy. So I guess after that would probably be the sort of status symbol as well as the network. I guess pretty close.
Are there any other reasons which come to your mind? You can add those as well. I mean, you don't have to be just confined to these 3 reasons. There might be some reasons which we might have missed out. So please feel free to add.
Maybe something like you were bored of what you were doing earlier,
You were forced by your parents, or let's say you wanted a higher salary. So these are all motivating factors. So I mean, if it's part of your motivations, then it's fine.
Okay, for me, I think same like both of them, competency, because like, okay, my undergrad is banking and finance. I work as an investment banker and then moved to be consultant. So I do more consultant. I realize the thing I like to do more marketing and strategy. That's why I want to fulfill my gap and come back to be like expert for business consultant or corporate consulting. So the second reason I want to have international networking. Compared to USA and UK, why I choose to come here, because in the at time I do some business with company in New York, so I choose to come here.
was doing a career transition. So I got the MBA because it's got the word business in it, and I don't have it. I'm a teacher who worked for profit, so I had some managing sales, a little bit of marketing, but just really education background. So I don't know if you want to put that as a status symbol, but it's more of a model transforming my resume and getting some sort of business on there, clearly saying that this is the path that I'm trying to take now.
Thank you.
For me, probably networking is one of the priority because, like I said, so I would like to engage in some international business in the future. So maybe this network is really helpful in the future, I believe. And the other reason is, yeah. So I just wanted to review myself because I have 12 years work experience, but maybe it's the best opportunity to review my work, what was wrong or right, and then rethink about my future after graduating.
Thank you.
Great. All right, so that's some good detail from all of you. Thanks for sharing. If I were to ask you a general question, I mean, this is more specific again, to do with your MBA, in terms of financing. Can you just tell me how are you financing your MBA? Or is that too personal? You can choose not to answer. That's fine as well. Because some people have loans, some people have.
It's a mix of three things, I would say. First of all, it's funded by my family. They are supporting my education, and I do have savings on my own that I accumulated over my 4 years of experience. Additionally, I have a scholarship as well. Basically, school is supporting this education as well. So it's a full mix of all these three things.
Great.
In my case, it's at this point it's 100% financed by loans, with the promise from my family that upon graduation there will be a significant contribution, maybe half. So yeah.
Great.
Okay, so like I said, because I prefer to study MBA outside Thailand, so I have my own budget already, like started before I do some part-time job in Thailand before I still be a student, before I graduate, and then I like save money and invest to get more money in Thailand. And okay, the rest my family pay. Also, I got 2 scholarships for right here, and after that, I got one more scholarship. So 3 combinations.
Great.
Yeah, I forgot to mention another reason why I chose this school was the scholarship. Yeah, it was, they were really laying on the scholarships for the spring cohort, I think. So that was a real kick in the butt to come here. So other than that, I got some savings, which are gone, and now it's financial aid, government funding, stuff like that.
Great. Guys,
Yeah,
He's got the best story.
I'm sponsored by my company.
so your company is sponsoring you.
Yeah.
Wow, that's fantastic.
Vacation, everything.
And
Yeah, on everything.
and your company would have sponsored you even in Birmingham? Or do they have a specific list of
Yes.
schools, or you could have gone anywhere?
Yeah, so I can choose anywhere.
Any school?
Any school, yeah.
So is it 100% supported from a company, or
Yeah,
is it
100%.
not? Like you got some you got some scholarship from the school?
No, 100% from my company. Yeah.
Wow, that's brilliant. So I mean, that really opens up a few doors for further questioning. I mean, if I just ask you, how important was financing? I mean, in terms of scholarships, for each of you.
I think it's very relevant for me. It's a huge sum of money,
Mhm.
$100,000. I wouldn't have. That was the biggest point for my consideration to coming to Canada. If I did not get any scholarship, that would have been hard for me. I would have to take some loans, which would have created burden for me in future. So it was pretty important.
For me, it was a big factor as well. I wouldn't have considered it had I not been offered support from my family in keeping promises.
made a decision before because of scholarship. Because actually I want to take one more year to try to apply top school again. But after I got the scholarship, seems like my family wanted me to study here, and each shot is only 1 year in my program, so that makes sense.
Okay.
What's the question again?
How important was scholarships per se
Very important.
in your decision making to do an MBA right
Very
now?
important. I would have I applied for the spring thing cohort. I would have probably waited till the fall and applied to some other schools if I had not gotten the scholarship.
Great. And I guess, Mr. Nagai, it's forgiven for you.
He's just happy.
So we might skip you on this question. So till now, I mean, all of you have done at least a year, right? If I were to ask you, how satisfied are you with your MBA learning thus far? As in, what you came in with, you must have some preconceived notions that this is the type of learning that I'll be having. These are my gaps in, let's say, accounting or marketing or finance that I would want to bridge. So how has that worked out for you? How satisfied would you be till date within the year that you already spent?
Specific to learning.
Yeah, academically doing an MBA.
I mean, what your expectations were, and
Yes.
you're not able to fulfill your expectations.
Compare your
Yeah.
expectation with Thunderbird.
Perceived with reality.
Okay, got it.
So, I mean, floor's open and anyone can answer that. All of you can. That's fine.
Been a little bit disappointed with Thunderbird. All this drama going on. I had no idea what was happening when I arrived, and all this laureate stuff, and this idea of the name brand being lessened, and them not explaining to me the difference between the fall cohort and the spring cohort. If I'd known the complications that would happen with me coming in the spring and the fall, if they'd been more honest and clear with that, I think I would have not decided to come here.
And more towards the academia.
Oh, sorry, the academia.
Yeah, that's
There's
fine.
local complaints. Yeah, you know, it
But
doesn't
you
really
mentioned
push
you-
me. I don't feel like I'm getting pushed.
You mentioned the business aspect. It has the word business in it. So,
Yeah.
do you think that it's like giving you that business skill set that you looked for when you transition?
It feels like it's made for someone like me who has no business background. I mean, we start with real introductory and beginner level, which was good for me. I've been a little bit disappointed with some of the faculty. I was here for the summer term, and there's just a bunch of temporary teachers that we had come in and out. I feel like it was a real good experience. So, and I've had one professor forget to give us the final exam, so I've been a little bit disappointed with the professor responsibility at school also.
I have a mixed kind of experience in Thunderbird. First of all, the biggest low for me was the ranking drop for Thunderbird. Getting out of the top 100 schools from that ranking, that was the biggest setback for me. Apart from that, in the academics, it's been mixed. Some of the courses have been really good. I really appreciate the professors' methodology of teaching them. But in other courses, I don't see them as value for money because the only thing that I get out of the course was not at all sufficient or relevant. Some of the courses were redundant. So, and in the networking aspect, I'm pretty happy from the networking aspect. I've been able to make good contacts over here, good friends who may help in future. Maybe I am able to leverage them in future.
Great.
Okay, so that's because I feel like fundamental classes not value for my money. Seems like the thing that I already learned in my undergrad. I'm excited about the class that I have to do the real project, or the thing that I never learned or learned just a little in my undergrad, such as consulting or business intelligence, some kind of that. But I think it reached my expectation about networking.
Great.
For learning, I'd say it's probably about 70% satisfied. My preconceived, I guess, idea was not necessarily based on only Thunderbird and how well they'd be able to, what quality they would give, but my own capability to learn that business, accounting and finance, but I wasn't 100% confident in that, in my own ability. So I kind of I don't want to not joke, but temporary or last minute fill-ins, and these classes have just been felt like a lot of busy work, and I don't get much out of it at all.
Great.
I would say maybe 80%. That's why. Yeah. So like everybody said, so the 20% means I would sometimes be disappointed with some classes, and also I expected more diverse student body, to be honest. So like from European countries or Latin American countries. Yeah. So yeah. I actually made a very nice friends, so I'm satisfied with that point. But I just expected more diversity. Yeah, and rest of these are this is just my problem. So I'm still striving my English skills. So yeah, so maybe I would say 8%.
Okay, thank you for sharing. Just last one. Specifically, if I were to ask you, before coming for your MBA, you had certain goals that you wanted to meet, that you thought you would be able to achieve post an MBA, that an MBA would equip you with either network or skill set or competency or any other factor. Do you think that, what is the value that this MBA has added to you? Do you think now that you've attended the school that you are equipped with those skill sets or those networks? How confident are you in achieving your goals which you set before an MBA?
My full start is obviously I'm sure a lot of us have been interviewing recently, and that's a lot of the interview questions and reading job requirements and sort of the expectations that they have. I feel like it's a little bit, maybe still a bit higher than what I feel I'm ready for. And I'm not sure if one more trimester is going to necessarily make me feel 100% confident. With that said, I know standards are always higher than is expected, but yeah, I'm still a little bit unsure whether I'm prepared totally or not.
Whether you're ready to take on what's awaiting you?
Yeah, that I'm going to be able to jump into this position. That I'm going to be ready to interview well for that position if I do jump into it and do well at it.
Performance.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, can you repeat?
Yeah, basically what I'm saying is you had some set goals for yourself that when I do an MBA, this is what I want to achieve after an MBA. So now that you've experienced it for, let's say, a year, how do you think that, how much value has been added to you? How much of the perceived goal have you been able to meet? And how do you think that it's going to help you achieve your goals which you set? So if you have to look back to the goal which you set, why did you do an MBA? To figure out the answer to that. So you told us that you were here to make networks so that you could expand the railway network, the company, into multiple locations. So, I mean, if that was one of your goals, I guess.
Yeah.
So how much do you think that goal this MBA would have helped you achieve?
Yes, so in terms of achievement, so like you said, so my goal was, my priority was networking. So in terms of networking, so I think, so far, I have a lot of friends right now, and maybe in the future, maybe I would like to keep in touch with them, and if I do so, it will help me. So I think in terms of networking, I have already achieved to some extent, and other things. So in terms of reviewing my job experience, I'm not sure, but maybe to some extent I achieved, because after coming here, of course I learned a lot of subjects, including accounting and finance, but not only such a subject, but also every time I need to prepare or research about other countries, not only other countries, but also my country, Japan as well. So in terms of reviewing my life or company's experience,
feel you're better equipped?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay, I can start. Start with my goal. In short-term goal, I want to work in an international company. But in long term, I want to be entrepreneur. So in short-term goal, I separate to two locations. The first location in the US and the second location is in Thailand. So my expectation, of course, US is my first priority, but I realize when I arrive here, it's very hard to get a job here, particularly if you're international student, because they don't sponsor for international student, right? But I think it reached my expectation to come back to work in international firm in Thailand, because at least we can use MBA or school as branding, and that I can make like higher salary.
Okay.
In terms of goals, I see it's a tough one for me, but still 50% I think I have been able to achieve. The knowledge aspect, the gaps that I mentioned earlier, I feel the knowledge has empowered me with in fulfilling those gaps. So I see that part of my goal is already complete, but the rest of the thing, it all comes down to application. I'm yet to have a job, so I cannot comment on that. It will be too early to say on that aspect. So it all comes down to the application. How well I am able to apply this knowledge, and because that's more important rather than getting a job. It's more about job satisfaction.
Thank you.
Yeah, I don't know if I can really answer this one since I just want a job. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, that's what I want. I want to have a happy job. So if this school gets me that, I will have fulfilled my goal.
Okay, great. All right, guys. That's it from us in terms of questioning. I'd like to thank all of you for being here, taking your time out. If you would like to join us at the pub for some food and beverages,
You're so formal.
we would like to oblige you.